Greetings and welcome, my League of Eagles. This is Wednesday. It's Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. We are back together again. Oh my goodness. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, good night maybe to some of you. Welcome. And what a bundle of joy I have for you today, kind of in two ways. And it's all for you. I find it a pleasure to spend this time with you. And today I'm offering you a gift to connect. And this is my style package. So what if your confidence, style, and leadership aligned in one journey? A journey both entertaining and deeply insightful. Yes, of course. And awakening that lingering, long after feeling that you want to have. This is my offering to you. It's a one-on-one session with me and your pathway into discovery. But what you'll get is my style clarity bundle. It's my gift to you, and you're going to love it. I can assure you of that. Now, what I want you to do is just take a screenshot or a snapshot and align yourself with this wonderful package that was designed for you. And my Eagles, it's a beginning seed. It's not the end all be all, but we're going to get there. But today I want you just to remember one thing. Get comfortable, buckle in, and sit, stand, whatever's comfortable for you, because my featured guest speaker today, this is a lady I've known for quite some time, and I absolutely adore her. You know I have a love fest here. I just do. She is a gifted psychic reader and a master numerologist. And she's the founder of Enlightened Energy, which we're going to talk a little bit about today. Tina De Luca is her name. Now, all of you know that I have a hard time with pronunciations. I don't go back. I move forward. I just go with it. Most everyone gives me grace, and they allow me to go and have them introduce and pronounce their own name. But Tina is easy, and I adore her, and it's a mutual. But I want you to meet her. So I'm going to say, sit back, relax. And Tina, as they say on the telly, come on up and welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Oh, it's wonderful to be with you again. It's been so long. We met in the clubhouse, and the clubhouse still continues, but it's changed tremendously, as has all things. Yeah, as all things. But Tina, before we get going, everybody knows that I get excited. I mean, that's just my DNA, and yours too in a different way. But tell us, how did you begin this gifted psychic reader personality? How did that come about for you?
So I want to say it started in 2013. And it's because I was going through a series of life-changing events. And it came to the point where I was taking a look at myself and my life, and it's like, who am I and what do I want to do? And what's fulfilling to me? And it was like, I want to do readings. It's time to stop hiding, because I call it, I came out of the psychic closet.
I love that.
And this is where I decided, okay, I'm going to go public, start a website, start a Facebook page, all those different things with social media, and came up with the name with a great friend of mine. And here we are today. Was it 12 years later?
You know what, I'm laughing. You know, you shared this with me before, and I chuckled then, and I'll continue to chuckle for many different reasons. That out of the closet doesn't only appear to one segment of our population. There are many ways to come out of the closet. You could say I came out of the closet when I pronounced or shared with people that I had a hard time pronouncing names. You, with your psychic abilities, anything that people are kind of gung-ho and a little scary and yet want to know. But what you said too is you discovered in 2013, you wanted to know, who am I? What am I to do? And what is this all about? What am I to offer? And you decided, because of your knowing, that you wanted to share your gift, which is being able to see and read people in a way that benefits their life. So now, how did this come about? You're the founder of I love the name, Enlightened Energy, right?
Yes. Yes.
You said a friend, but tell us a little bit more about this Enlightened Energy.
So Enlightened Energy, it's a play on the word enlighten, spelled with E.
Oh, I like that.
Because I spell it with an I. And And essentially the premise, and this is my motto, letting the light in.
Oh,
Because I am one of those readers where I like to combine, the reality of life and also the woohoo side of life.
yes.
The feminine, the masculine, the
Yeah.
human, the spiritual. So it all counts. And enlightened energy is because I want to bring light. I want people to feel lighter after sitting with me and to feel good, not only about themselves, but maybe how their life has unfolded up to now, where in they're heading. How can I support you? How can I guide you so that you can be true to your soul self, but also all the bits and pieces of you, whether you consider them to be good or negative, but because they all count. I want people to feel they can accept and be aware of who they are.
Oh, Tina, I love that
Thank
because,
you.
because of my play on words, because of your using play on words, and because of all my learning disabilities, and because I am a wordsmith in my fashion, I love that play on words because now I've labeled myself the minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings because it's our time. So here we are, and here you are telling us that you came to that word because it's a play on enlightenment. You
Yeah.
see, there are no accidents in life, and you want to bring light to people. Now, who am I? Why am I here? What am I to do? Only the, how shall I put this? Well, I don't like this word, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to piss people off anyway. Only those who are in the process of being enlightened, who want to grow and expand, will want to have enlightenment in their lives. So, why do people come to you mainly? Because they want to know what the three things that you said, and what else? Who
I
am I?
think,
What am I to do? Why am I here? That kind of thing.
yeah, and I find, especially first time people, they come to
Yeah.
me because I'm their last resort a lot of times.
Ooh, I hadn't thought of that.
So they may go through the process of, you know, figuring things out on their own or with the help of family or friends or even with like somebody professional that is like a psychologist or a counselor of some kind.
Yes, yes.
And they're not feeling at ease, or they're not feeling fulfilled on some level. So when they come to me, sometimes it's with hesitancy because it's like they're not completely believe in what I do or what I know. And
Mm-hmm.
then they leave with this sense of lightness and um I want to say reassurance and comfort. And I'm so glad that I can bring those things to the
Mm.
person because we need more of that, especially in today's world,
Oh, absolutely.
and I want to support people.
Oh my
I want to
goodness.
lift them up. I don't want to bring them down. So if someone says like, I'm so terrible at this, or I have this bad habit or behavior, it's like, I don't want them to feel bad about it. It's like, how can I accept that? Or how can I overcome this? Or how can I be better?
Ooh.
So I like to go along those lines as well. So it's not just about seeing what's in your future, but seeing what's in you and bringing that out to a place where it's like, I feel good about me, whether it's, something considered bad or considered something good.
Tina, I
Yes.
have never had it expressed so well
Mm,
because I have had almost everything that you can name in the spiritual realm done with and for me. I've had my chart done numerology wise at least 3 or 4 times by different people, the psychic readings and different cardiology and all of that. And
mhm.
I have this insatiable curiosity. So I just want to know because all of them have helped me. But I want to know what makes each one different and what extra X factor did each one give me because everyone is different and unique. That's how we came here. So what are you going to give me that I already have an inkling about, but that I can expound on and something that I need to put in the back burner, on the back burner with it. So I love the way you because you said for reassurance. They come to you for reassurance because you're the last resort. I didn't think about it that way, but yes. I guess when I started 100 years ago, that was my last resort too. So I get it. But the thing that I like is that when anybody wants to know more about themselves, because along with my mantra, all for one and one for all, is know thyself. That's what we're here to do. I consider this Earth School. Do you? Do you think
Yes.
of it? It is Earth School, isn't it? Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. And
And
each. Mhm.
oh, sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No, no, no.
And numerology. This is how I explain numerology. So numerology is the interpretation of the numbers. And I can do a chart like on your name, where you live, but the date of birth is the most significant number. And the date of birth represents our lesson plan. So it's like, what are we here to learn and to grow from and accept and understand? And so that's our life lesson, the date of birth. And school, I mean, Earth is like a classroom. So we're constantly learning and growing until the day that we pass on.
I love that because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
true for me. And that's why, not because of the stage of the cycle of life that I'm in, but that's why I personally, for whatever the reasons are, which I understand now, and I'm not bragging, I'm sharing, that I never really bought into this age thing, because the cycle of life is just, it is what it is. But the more you know about yourself and the more you understand yourself, the more you can work with yourself to be forever youthful, not young, but youthful. And that's why when you say the date of birth is a life lesson plan, I get that. Do you find that most people know the difference between, or you should tell me, the difference between the date of birth and the name at birth? And then there's a third one I think that they use in numerology. You use them all. I was told that there are three: date of birth, name, and what is the, when you marry, it changes.
Okay.
So how does that work?
Right. So for me, again, the date of birth for me is the most important
Number
number
one.
in your chart. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's, first of all, it's the only number in our lives so we cannot change. So it's set in stone.
Ah,
And I refer it to the soul journey. Other numerologists will call it like your destiny or your life path, but I like the soul journey better.
I do too.
And because it encompasses our soul, it's like a lot of times we already know that. We already know
Yeah.
stuff. It's just that we don't always believe in it or trust it. So the date of birth reflects that. So what you like, don't like, you're here to learn, accept, and overcome. The name is more along what I call the human journey, the human
Mm.
element. Okay, so that's what brings us into the physical world of our earth plane. So it'll, a lot of people, sometimes they'll say, oh, Dave, every Dave I know is like this, blah, blah, blah. And they might name a few traits. And it's
Mhm.
like, that's common because Dave has this human energy that the traits, we can, pick right away.
Mhm.
Whereas the soul journey, we don't always light that up. We don't always show that, but that's what we're here to reveal, is the soul number. So the name can be changed. It can be manipulated. You can, by changing letters or going with a different name, but you still carry the vibration of the name when it comes to how we relate on a human level to each other in the physical material world. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
except I have a question, because I'm wondering, I like your definition and you're giving me much more clarity. By the way, that's part of my clarity
Right.
session. So it's a great word. But I'm wondering, Tina, how does the date of birth, which is the soul's journey, our lesson plan, how does that relate and tie in to the name and the human journey? How do you synchronize or align them together where you give clarity to the people that you're speaking with, sharing
Right.
with?
So the soul journey, it would be, let's say, more woo at times.
Yeah, I
And
like it.
yeah, and that's the best way for me to explain it, because it's more out there,
Uh-huh.
right? It's not always, doesn't always make sense, or it may not always be something where people say like, oh, whether I believe you or not, because it's more on a spiritual plane. The name is what anchors us here to this earth, and it might explain, especially when it comes to, let's say, oh, I have a challenge with this kind of behavior, or I have a challenge with this habit, or I seem to keep thinking along this line. It's like, okay, the name will speak to more along that. Whereas the date of birth, the soul journey, is about elevating us. It's about bringing more of an awareness. And the name brings us more down to earth, or what grounds us here.
I think I got it.
If that makes sense.
I,
Yeah.
I have received that. It's great. Listen, we have a lot more to share, but I'm going to take a quick little reset, Tina, and I'm going to bring up your graphic towards the end, but I have two things that I want to speak about, and I'll be back with you in a second. Hold tight. And when I come back, I want to talk about how you offer what you've already given us, your special reading sessions to people. I'm going to, first off, invite everyone here to come and join us in my group, Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. Ladies, it's our time. I'm not disputing or denying or any way putting men out to pasture, far from. We can't do that. But I am inviting us as women, ladies, females, to join and connect together, because our vision, our mission, and our purpose is vastly important now more than ever. As Tina has expressed in a different way, and as I express to you each and every day, it's time for our awakening to own our style, our radiance, and our power. And that's one of the things that I'm offering you in my Style Clarity Bundle. But I want you to join this group. And also, I want you to connect with me on my new YouTube channel. It's Joy Ruffen, Fashioning Femininity, Style, and Truth. Because there, you're going to get a lot of insights, tools, nuggets, some powerful points and tips that you can use to move forward in your life. And there you'll also get an inkling of what you can do to get my Style Bundle Clarity Session, because it's yours and it's given to you where you can do a one-on-one with me. Now, I want to put up Tina's graphic. And what I want you to do, enlighten energy. Don't you love how she introduced that to us? A play on words. Because for me, I'm using enlighten. It's the same thing, enlighten energy. She's offering you 15% off of your first reading session. And you can connect with her right here with all this information. So take a screenshot or snapshot. It's going to be perusing through all the social media platforms, YouTube and everywhere. But take it here so that you can connect with her. Because let me tell you, as I mentioned in our introduction, I met her in the clubhouse and I stayed in contact with her because I like her energy. I like her soulfulness. And I found out, with her not even knowing, her integrity is at the top. And that for me is always the first thing. I can feel, sense, and I know that right away. So Tina, let's deal with this right away and talk to it. What type of psychic gifts are you offering to those who come to you, in addition to, or in it, or aside from numerology? What else do you offer to people? And then we'll go back to numerology. Right.
So all my readings encompass my, I'm going to say, psychic abilities. So what that means is it's all these C words, but I'm not going to go through them. I'm going to explain it simply. It's what I see, hear, feel, sense. Sometimes I can taste and smell different messages that come through when I sit with the person. So it's almost like I'm watching a movie, or there's a screen around your energy, and all these different images and sounds and smells and tastes will come through. And I will pass that along with your, whatever reading that you book. The other thing I specialize in is reading cards, but I read playing cards, what people use for poker. And the method I use is very unique to me, because it's something that was passed down the generations on my mom's side of the family. So my mom read the cards, my grandmother did. And that is considered more short-term reading. That one is more day-to-day life. It gets more nitty-gritty about the details. And the short-term meanings, it only covers the year time frame, going back 6 months, the present, and the future of the next 6 months ahead. And a lot of people like that one because they say it's so real. I don't know how to explain. That's the best way to explain it. So these messages come through and it's like, it's very relatable. It's real. And especially when it's something that doesn't make sense to them. And it's amazing how it will come to light, or how it'll come to be in their life in the future.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Mm-hmm. Can you explain to me, because I had it done maybe 3 years ago, what is the difference between tarot card readings and cardiology, I think it's called?
Okay.
Do you? I
Yeah,
think I had an understanding, but now I'm a little confused. What is the difference?
yeah. So cardiology, I've never heard of that term, but I know what you mean.
Okay.
Cardomancy is the one that I am familiar with. So cardomancy is like using just regular plain cards.
Uh-huh.
And th- those cards, as you can tell, like there's no pictures, right? It's just the suit and the what kind of card is it? Is it a face card or a numbered card? The
Uh-huh.
tarot, my understanding with the tarot is that there's a lot more cards in the deck, and they have subjects, like, so they have a subject to each or a theme to each card that
Hmm.
is written on the card. And I find with the tarot, I, I find they don't go as detailed as the
No.
regular cards, because I used to read the tarot way back when, and I just moved
Mhm.
away from that as I got more into the regular cards with the help of my
Mhm.
mom. So the tarot cards, I find they're more broad, they're more generalized, and I think they're more long term. Whereas with the regular cards that I read, if somebody wants clarity on a certain area or subject, it's like I can hone in on that with the cards. Whereas with the tarot, I feel I can't. I can't, I don't get that same vibe.
I
But that's
completely.
just me. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I hear growling back there. I think that that's spot on because I listen to, because I'm doing a lot of edifying on YouTube for different channels for different reasons. And I find that a lot of them is very broad base. What I like about and what I love about what you do as a psychic reader and a numerologist is that it's pinpointed individually to the person. It's about
Exactly.
them and them only. Tarot but cardiology is a little bit. I think that I'm going to have to Google that myself. I oughta, woulda, coulda, shoulda have done that. But I think when it was done for me, and I met this lady in the clubhouse. It was so long ago. I think she labeled me a one and a diamond. However that works out, I don't remember. But I'm going to find out now that my curiosity is at peak. But you know what? I also love that you share with us, Tina, because I'm all about family, relationships, and community, because any and everything that you do goes on to that. And everybody that I meet that I give my heart to, because even though I'm a very heartfelt person. And what you said is the family thing. Your grandmother, your mother were in this realm of doing, and you picked it up, and it's like a generational thing, but it's a good thing. And I
Hmm.
bet you've taken it even further than they did, right?
Yes, 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 I have. Yeah, yeah,
And
I
in
have.
the beginning, when you said you came out of the closet, I couldn't help. Even back in the day, not so much today, Tina, I find, and maybe
Mhm.
you can speak to this. Today, more and more, especially the younger generation, they really, and they're not shy about it. They really want to know what's going on here. What am I to do? What? Yeah. So, are you getting a younger generation now? Younger people coming to you?
Yeah, I get younger people. I get the whole gamut. Like
I
I
bet
want to
you
say
do.
I'm very lucky. Yeah. So I mean, it's mostly females, but I'll get the whole gamut from young to older. And because a lot of people are curious and they want to know. So that doesn't go away with age. And that's not defined by age. And I've read for young people that, you know, they just blow me away with their awareness and with,
Ooh,
their openness.
yeah.
And it's very impressive. And I love that. And I love how they're open to receive and to know and to, this quest for,
Yes.
wanting to improve, and not only just for themselves, but for the world around them. And I love that, because we need people, when you're improving, your own life, you're
Mm.
improving the lives of those around you too.
Oh,
And people need to know that and
you
understand that.
You could not have expressed
Yeah.
that better. Because one of the things I did not want to do, Tina, and I'm not doing, I'm blending the old with the new, but I have, at this stage in my cycle of life, I don't badmouth the younger generation at all. I make little points and say things, but we are to blend and merge together. And when you say they're so open, and one of the fallacies that I believed as a younger person was that only when you age did you become smart, wise, and full of wisdom and love. Well, that's not true. A lot of
Yeah.
people age and they never grow up. They don't grow up. They remain the same. They do the same. So anyway, I'm so glad the way you explain that, because curiosity, it killed the cat, but the satisfaction brought it back too, or something like that, right? But that
Hmm.
said, what do you I know the answer, but I'm asking you anyway. What about what you do overall, all of it, what brings you the most growth, light, and love? Broad based, but how would you phrase that? How would you answer that?
Wow. I feel very emotional. So because I'm a very heartfelt person
Me too. Hmm.
and very sensitive. And I want to say that I ride this journey with you when I sit with you at times. So it's like,
Hmm.
and I feel like, I gain a lot from sitting with people because it's like I learn, from these sessions too. And it's also like reminders for me, like, oh, I might need to, invoke more love in my life, or I might need to do this more of. So I find that, there is this mirror when I sit with people that, like, it's if I really pay attention, it's like I'm almost, receiving as well as they are receiving. And I don't mean that in a callous way or egotistical way.
I know
So it's
that.
very humbling. So I find like a lot of times I'm very humbled, and I want to keep that kind of energy when I do readings, because I don't want people to feel like I'm better than them, or that I know more than them, because that's not the whole point of it. It's like I want to bring things together. So yeah,
Oh,
that's my
Tina.
takeaway. Mm,
Tina, I have to tell you that your way of
mm,
expressing for me is pure clarity, and the way that you do it resonates with me inside and out, because everybody will express it differently. But if I were doing or ask what I just asked you, I would more or less tweak it a wee bit and make it more mine, but I would say the same thing. I gain a lot and I grow in the people that I exchange and react and interact with, first off.
mhm,
And then
mhm,
also, I don't care who he, she, or it might be, it's a mirror for me, right? And
mhm,
then it's a mutual kind of partnership and a dance back and forth with each other. Each
mhm.
gains something that both can utilize and use as they move onward. So thank you for that. You do have a way with words, my lady.
Oh, thank you. I
you, don't,
try.
you don't try, you do, you do, you do. I tell
Mhm.
you, tell us that what, as far as numerology, I received about the name as being the most important. But can you, in the ending here, a short, brief wrap up? How do, like someone like me, I had we all do our date of birth, but my name on my birth certificate, which I changed first, then I married once and then twice. So how does all of that interact? That's a lot to answer in this short time, but
Yeah.
I
So
want
so it all counts. So with the name, it's like, okay, there's different elements to it. So it's like, what is your birth certificate name? Because that's your introduction to all the humans.
that I have
So
to.
that's important. So that's a vibration number.
Mhm.
The thing with changing the name, so the last name is more about the family energy. So
Ah,
your yeah, so it's like that's where the generational stuff. So you know how when people say, "Oh, pass through the generations," that's with the
mhm.
family name. So when a woman or a male, because I know some males, when they get married, they might take, the man's name. You're taking on that family stuff too, and you have to ask yourself, do you want to, right? Do you want to take their generation? So it all adds up. I would be calculating each name change because it all matters. It's a lot of work, but it's
Woo. Okay.
interesting to see how the connections and what happened in your life. What was the themes and traits when you had that name during that period, and then when you changed it, how did that elevate and change? There's a comparison there.
Woo! I tell you, that's a lot. That is a lot of
Mhm.
work. I figured that, and that's kind of what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Tina, I am honored that you came to spend this time and share this wisdom and love with us, because you really opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I thought I knew that I wasn't quite as key on it as I need to be. What is the takeaway? What do you want people to walk away with? We know we have your graphic, and we're going to put that up here again, but what do you want people to walk away with? I think I might know, even though you might verbalize it differently, but the stage is yours for a short, brief minute. What would you say? Your takeaway.
Wow, that's such a big question. I want so many things, but I want people to feel safe and comforted when they come sit with me. And that's how I, word my sessions is like, we're sitting together. And I want people to know that I brought in the light for them. So that's my big takeaway.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Couldn't have been a better takeaway. My engineer is going to scoot you in the green room, and I'm going to ask her to put up your graphic while I do us a closeout, and then I'll be back with you in a second. Tina, you have my heart. What can I say? And if you can, please put up Tina's graphic one more time and leave it up for just a second. My League of Eagles, it's an honor and a pleasure each and every week that we come to you to share time and space with you. Tina has given us so many platinum nuggets. Please make sure you connect with her. And also that you are invited to obtain my Style Clarity Bundle. It's a gift to you. A one-on-one session with me is your pathway into your discovery. And you heard Tina say that name on your birth certificate, that's your soul's journey. You're here on Earth School, and we're all here to know, what are we to do? How are we to do it? And the style session that I'm offering you and what I'm giving you, it's the beginning seeds of what we can do together. I cannot wait to meet with you one-on-one, and I know Tina feels the same way. My Eagles, I leave you each and every week with this. Know thyself. That's one of the gifts that Tina is offering all of us. And even if you've had it done before, have it done again, because I can tell you, just knowing her, that it's going to be different, enlightening. Get that? That play on words, enlightening, a deep sense of awareness and an awakening for you, and you will not regret it. I promise you that. I only bring you the heart and soul of the people that I meet that I absolutely adore, and it's a mutual admiration society. I'm inviting you to be a gift here on this platform. Until we meet the next time, all for one and one for all. That is my mantra that I leave you with each and every week. Much love, my Eagles. Enjoy the rest of this week and all the best always. Cheers.